Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money Channel. So as we're seeing Bitcoin dominance go up here, guys, and the price of Bitcoin continuing to rally right now, as of the time of this recording, we're seeing a Bitcoin price of about $22,600 per coin. It seems as though the enthusiasm is coming back to the market, albeit slowly, and I'm not holding my breath. I mean, this could change at any moment. And so we're seeing the money moving into Bitcoin mostly, but David Schwartz here claims that it is highly likely there is a critical bug in at least one major implementation of Bitcoin's source code. The vulnerability could potentially allow creating a much higher number of coins going beyond the 21 million cap. And if the bug gets exploited, it could erode confidence in Bitcoin and cause gargantuan losses on exchanges. Wow, that is not something that everybody wants to hear, I don't think. I mean, that would likely take down the entire crypto market with it. Considering Bitcoin is the top cryptocurrency by market cap, has held the number one spot since the beginning, and, considering the rest of the crypto market follows Bitcoin, we probably don't want to hear that there's likely a high possibility of a source code glitch. So Ripple CTO David Schwartz claims that it is highly likely that there is a critical bug in at least one major implementation. He said again that it could affect the 21 million cap of Bitcoin. It could mean gargantuan losses for exchanges. Let me continue down here. His comment came after Matt Hamilton, former director of developer relations at Ripple, recalled how the value overflow incident that occurred in 2010 nearly killed the largest cryptocurrency. Back then, an anonymous hacker exploited a critical vulnerability in Bitcoin source code that made it possible to create 184 billion new coins. The flaw was spotted by longtime Bitcoin developer Jeff Karzik. Fixing the vulnerability involved rolling out a soft fork. In September, a severe bug in the Bitcoin software that could have made it possible for attackers to steal funds from the Lightning Network was disclosed 2 years after the fix was implemented. So I guess the bigger question is, if you hold Bitcoin, but also even if you hold other cryptocurrencies, should we be worried? Well, Schwartz says that it is highly likely that such a bug will never be found or exploited by a malicious actor, which is why Bitcoiners shouldn't lose sleep over it. So even if there is a glitch, we should not lose sleep over it because chances are nobody will ever find it. Long-term hodlers don't really have to worry much about it, he said. Schwartz believes that such critical bugs are likely to be extremely rare, since they are yet to be found and exploited, despite the fact that there is a massive incentive to look for them. But he says it's highly likely. He says, considering all the code that there is and considering how long Bitcoin has been developed over a decade plus of time, chances are, statistically, there's likely a high likelihood that the code has been or has a bug in it that could create, extra coins or some other problem that would erode the confidence of Bitcoin and result in large losses. Not just for exchanges, but for you and I, if you guys do hold Bitcoin. And again, the crypto industry as a whole, since it follows Bitcoin, could be affected. But David Schwartz says, let's not lose sleep over it. I'm going to continue on here because I saw this from Riz XRP. Along the lines of Bitcoin in that old narrative, I think Dan Morehead really hits it on the head, no pun intended, in this interview with Bloomberg Crypto. Listen to what he has to say about projects other than Bitcoin.
Yeah, Bitcoin as a proxy for our industry has averaged 2.5x a year for 11 years. So that's always kind of my standard forecast, is that it'll probably keep going at that same growth rate for a while. But it is really important to remember Bitcoin's no longer everything. There was a time Bitcoin was 100% of the market, and then for a while, Bitcoin and Ethereum were essentially everything. Now there are many, many really important projects, and you've seen Bitcoin, rally a bit, but the real story is projects other than Bitcoin and Ethereum are rallying more.
So other projects other than Bitcoin and Ethereum are rallying more. He doesn't get into why, but I'd like to think that the smart money are moving into projects that are going to solve problems. So we take the Cardanos, the XRPs, the XLMs. There's a multitude of projects that do solve problems, and even though there are almost 21,000 cryptocurrencies in the space, 99% of them are likely not going to amount to much. So some wise words here from Dan Morehead of Pantera Capital. Wanted to thank Riz XRP for pointing that out. And XRP is definitely one of these coins, definitely on the radar of the big money. Michael Branch bringing this to our attention. As of yesterday, September the 12th, the top 10 holders of XRP controlled almost 3/4, or about 73% of all the tokens in supply, while the top 20 holders account for 75.35% of coins. This data coming from CoinCarp. So, did you think you had a lot of XRP? Well, check this out. The issue of cryptocurrency whales has, over the years, elicited debate in the sector regarding the power of large holders to influence the price of different tokens. The whale holding is also witnessed in XRP, a factor that has found a place in legal circles. In particular, as of September the 12th, the top 10 holders of XRP controlled almost 3/4, guys, 73% of all the tokens, and the top 20 holders account for 75.35%, as I mentioned. It is worth noting that XRP is designed as a deflationary coin with a limited supply. Still, most of the tokens appear to be held by retail investors. On the Binance cryptocurrency exchange, Binance controls 38.5% of XRP, with the remaining amount distributed on other platforms. Notably, XRP is supported by BNB Smart Chain, previously the Binance Smart Chain blockchain network. The network also supports smart contracts and decentralized applications. Some more XRP statistics, okay? The wealthiest XRP addresses on Binance holds 99.8 million XRP tokens, equivalent to about $34.95 million per CoinMarketCap data. Due to the anonymity of cryptocurrencies, it is near impossible to determine the actual holder of the richest XRP address. But you got to think of it, okay? If there are only 20 account holders that are accounting for 75.35%, so that's the majority, that's over 3/4 of all the XRP in existence. That tells me, first of all, that institutional money is definitely invested in XRP, the big money, the smart money, and they are holding for a reason. They are not relinquishing it. It's not being sold even when the market goes up and we're at the height of a bull market. So who are these holders, guys? I'm sure some of these banking organizations do hold some XRP, probably not in those types of quantities. But you got to think, Ripple's got a lot of partners around the world. This one from the Wrath of Kahneman. And this has to do with Ripple partner Bank Afala. Apparently, yeah, Pakistan partners with Bank Afala to launch B2B financial services. The collaboration paves the way to create a more financially inclusive ecosystem for customers and businesses by enabling users to access a comprehensive array of digital financial services, including a fully operational business bank account, payroll, reporting, analytics, and expense management. Yap customers will also be able to access over-the-counter services at Bank Afala's vast network of branches across Pakistan. So another partnership, another collaboration here. Yap Pakistan secured the in-principle approval from the State Bank of Pakistan by an electronic money institute license, which will equip users with a digital account and an app that will enable users to perform various financial tasks at the touch of a button. Here's a quote, guys. SMEs have unique needs and are looking for a more seamless approach to banking, and we are pleased to partner with Bank Afala to create a suite of products and services to support them. So yeah, Pakistan realizing this Ripple-enabled bank, they could be a good fit for us, considering one of our focuses is going to be on cross-border transactions. SMEs contribute to 40% of Pakistan's GDP and 25% in overall exports, which emphasizes the demand for an easier way to manage finances when in the early stages of growing a business. Bank Afala has been on a mission to collaborate with various partners in a bid to increase the adoption of digital payments in the industry. Well, I mean, if they are working with a better mousetrap, namely RippleNet, why wouldn't they want to leverage that to the max? The bank's online acceptance business is clearly the market leader with more than 50% market share. Bank Afala's cash management enables corporate, middle market, and SME clients to securely prepare their payment and transfer instructions to the bank in real time. So Bank Afala was also awarded the Best Transaction Banking Award last year in 2021. So big news here, another great partnership with Ripple-enabled Bank Afala, and now Yap Pakistan. Wanted to thank the Wrath of Kahneman for bringing that up. I also noticed this guy's from Ripple partner Neum. So they just put out a press release the other day. Cryptocurrency was designed to stand apart from the traditional financial system, so they mentioned cryptocurrency specifically in this blog post. In practice, this means that the transition from crypto to fiat and fiat to crypto is essentially moving monetary value between two asset classes that are governed by different rules. So touting DLT blockchain technology and, considering we know that they are already partnered with Ripple, obviously they've been seeing these benefits in this press release. It almost feels like a press release, feels like a way to fish in new clients for Neum. Down here, they kind of differentiate between on-ramp and off-ramps. So on-ramps refer to the exchange or similar services where you can offer fiat money in return for cryptocurrencies, such as the ability to bring fiat currency into a brokerage, which the brokerage can then convert to crypto. Cryptocurrency off-ramps act to do the reverse, converting your cryptocurrency into fiat, or possibly products and services. Since brokerages handle the conversion into fiat, they also require the ability to effectively pay out the resulting sum in the right currency in the region of choice. And so get this statistic, guys, down here. Today, it is easier than ever to get onto the crypto highway, but getting off is still a challenge. There exists an ongoing gap between accessibility and acceptability. While 75% of US retailers plan to accept digital currencies within the next 2 years, 50% plan to do it via a fiat conversion or off-ramping rather than taking custody of the currencies. So there is going to be a need for this conversion into fiat. And again, this is Neum, a Ripple-enabled company, so they know how XRP liquidity works. They already have experience using it. And they are saying in this, I don't know where they got their stats from, but 75% of US retailers plan to accept digital currency in 2 years only. That is 3/4. Okay, 50% plan on doing a conversion. So if you have the crypto, convert it to fiat. So these companies are going to need the ability to source that liquidity. So enter XRP, and that's going to provide a mechanism to do so. So interesting news here from Neum. Not only that, Abra is also launching the first US regulated crypto bank. This one courtesy of DJ Peter Vass here on Twitter. So just real quick here, they said they're doing this on Monday. The move in the eyes of the industry participants is a bullish indicator that somewhat shakes off the sector's bear market woes, plus the pending trips of crypto lenders Celsius and Voyager to bankruptcy court. Abra's move positions the company in what has been a years-long arms race within crypto to create the first US regulated interest-bearing crypto account, offering consumers crypto exposure with legal safeguards. All customer deposits into Abra Bank are set to be converted into stablecoins that accrue interest similarly to traditional banks. The bank will allow customers to transfer funds into over 100 cryptocurrencies. Abra also is partnered with American Express, which just coincidentally happens to be a Ripple partner too, in June to launch a crypto credit card. So Abra Bank looking to be the first regulated crypto bank in the United States. And it sounds like they're going to offer a slew of services, kind of going against the unregulated players. You can see how this Blockworks article kind of makes a dig at Celsius and Voyager. So I think we're going to start to see more and more of this, guys, as the years go on. Considering, just going back real quick to that Neum article, that in the US, they're already assuming 75% of US retailers plan to accept digital currencies, and 50% are going to need to do it through a different type of stablecoin. Also, kind of speaks to the fact that the US really wants to regulate stablecoins first, and then get to, all the other types of cryptocurrencies second. All this, of course, on the backdrop of an uncertain global economy. This one also courtesy of Michael Branch here, guys. Russia aims to set rules for crypto cross-border payments by year's end. So Russia is on track to do this by December the 19th. The Prime Minister specifically called on the Duma and other state authorities to come up with coordinated policies on regulating the issuance and circulation of digital currencies in Russia. Mishustin also asked regulators to finalize regulations for cryptocurrency mining and cross-border transactions in digital currencies. So we also know they're working on their proprietary system that they are going to be utilizing with the BRICS countries. China obviously being a large partner there. The officials stressed that the upcoming draft crypto regulation should be aligned with the Russian finance minister, the central bank, anti-money laundering authority, Rosfin monitoring, the Federal Tax Service, and the Federal Security Service. The latest news brings yet another official confirmation that Russia has been growing increasingly serious about the possibility of cryptocurrencies for cross-border transactions. And so, it's right here in front of our faces. If Russia is doing it, the United States can't sit by idly and do nothing. XRP is going to have to get clarity sooner rather than later, and I think the pressure is now on. We've got all these different players involved, right? We got Gary Gensler. We have him having to answer to his big banker buddies. But, the Fed, for example, and FedNow, and, that organization specifically, leveraging Volente technology, which runs on Ripple, we wouldn't see them necessarily being so cozy with Ripple and XRP if there was still this uncertainty surrounding that particular cryptocurrency. So I think, to be honest, it's just a matter of time. If Russia is moving forward, I think the United States is going to have to move, and fast. So XRP is a stablecoin, guys. Another great tweet here from Nathan Price on Twitter. CAPCO, that equals the capital markets company, and they said yes, distributed ledger technology and cross-border institutional payments white paper right here, guys, from CAPCO. And so just to give you guys a bit about CAPCO, they're a global technology and management consultancy dedicated to the financial services industry. Our professionals combine innovative thinking and unrivaled industry knowledge to offer our clients consulting experience, complex technology and package integration, transformation delivery, and managed services to move their organizations forward. Through our collaborative and efficiency approach, we help our clients successfully innovate, increase revenue, manage risk and regulatory change, reduce costs, and enhance controls. We specialize primarily in banking, capital markets, wealth, and asset management and insurance. We also have an energy consulting practice in the US. We serve our clients from offices in leading financial centers across the Americas, Europe, and Asia Pacific. And to learn more, you can just go to their website here. So this is a screen grab of the CAPCO document. Now, If you guys remember, before I get into this, if you guys remember, the World Bank also came out with a document suggesting that not just XRP, XLM and XRP were considered stablecoins, at least in their eyes. And so, this, when that came out, this kind of got us thinking, how the heck is that possible? If they are trading on exchanges, if they are trading publicly, let's bring up XRP for a second here, and let's just throw it on the monthly just to get a good sense of, how volatile this cryptocurrency can be. Well, we can see here, right back in April of 2021, XRP was trading right up here at about $1.96, $1.95, and now XRP is trading down here at 35 cents. Well, that does not look stable to me. Does it look stable to you? I mean, let's bring up XLM because they also outlined XLM in that document. And back in May of 2021, XLM did hit a high of 78 cents right here. And today XLM is trading at about 11 cents. So technically not stable, not holding a peg, yet the World Bank, and I mean, this is the World Bank. It's not like the people there are uneducated on cryptocurrency and what is a stablecoin and what is not a stablecoin. They are, or they have classified XRP and XLM as stablecoins. Well, now CAPCO, guys, the capital markets company, are also doing the same thing. XRP, or one developed in their consortium, according to Ripple, cross-border transactions using its system take under 7 seconds to occur. So they're just kind of giving a brief description of what it does. Each member bank could purchase an amount of the stablecoin. So they talk about XRP, and they're saying how these banks could purchase an amount of that particular stablecoin. Then they peg to the value of their currency of choice at the time of the transaction and trade it across the network and then be cashed out on the receiving end for the currency of choice. Each member bank would then have the option of using a stablecoin to enable transactions across the border and conduct the transactions over multiple currencies and forms of collateral. Now note down here, XLM, is this also referring to XLM as a stablecoin? IBM also announced the successful testing of its WorldWire network in March of 2019. That is definitely XLM, to handle cross-border transactions using both stablecoins and cryptocurrencies. So here they don't actually classify XLM as a stablecoin. It is unclear by this sentence. Nevertheless, we know the World Bank definitely has, and in this article they are considering XRP a stablecoin. So it begs the question, now we have two organizations stating the same. The World Bank saying XRP and XLM are considered stablecoins, and CAPCO, the capital market company, also stating specifically at least XRP is a stablecoin. And so Jamil Kays brings this up. This is an older video clip with Dilip Rao of Ripple. Listen to what he says. Jamil Kays here mentions, remember always, they know/knew and you don't. Follow what they do, follow the money. Patience is key.
Ripple, we think ultimately the price for transactions is determined by the folks in the consensus, and it is still fractions of a cent. So it's still the cheapest, it's still the fastest, 3 to 5 seconds. We've done 35 million ledger closes, since we began, throughput of 1,500 transactions a second. So from all of those perspectives, it's a very solid, platform. What we're using with banks today is something based on the interledger protocol because they didn't want to use the public ledger. But ultimately, when they use XRP for liquidity, that's when the two will converge. So from a use case point of view, we think we still have a solid platform, a solid base as to what is the problem being solved. Is it a big problem? And who is ultimately going to use XRP? And in our case, we think it's going to be financial institutions, it's going to be market makers who want to come in and play in that business. And it's a huge, as I mentioned, a $27 trillion base that is there today. So if you go by that, I'm not selling my XRP.
If you go by that, I'm not selling my XRP, guys. This is Dilip Rao, again from the Blockchain Venture Summit from a few years ago now. So who's holding about 3/4 of the XRP tokens? Dilip Rao saying he's not selling his XRP. I think he's waiting for it to get to that high stable price. He wants to be a market maker, insinuating he is only going to sell when XRP becomes a stable coin. That's just my opinion, but I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.